This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call the regular meeting of Mayor and Council of the Borough of Glassboro for May 26, 2020 to order. Karen, could you please read the opening statement?
Pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act, I hereby announce that adequate notice of this meeting, as required by said act, has been provided by adopting a schedule of meetings for the year 2020, which schedule was posted on the Borough Hall Bulletin Board as well as the Borough website and forwarded to both the South Jersey Times and the Sentinel of Gloucester County and filed with the Borough Clerk on January 4th, 2020.
Thank you. Can we all rise to salute the flag, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Karen, could you have roll call, please?
Mayor Wallace.
Here.
Mr. Costabone.
Present.
Mr. D'Alessandro.
Here.
Mr. Fiola.
Here.
Ms. Miller.
Here.
Mrs. Spence.
Here.
Mr. Melandro.
Here.
Mr. Scafidi.
Here.
Mr. Brunemer.
Here.
And let the record reflect that Mr. Halter is excused for this evening.
Thank you, Karen. We have no proclamations or presentations this evening, so I will now turn the meeting over to our borough solicitor.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight we have a public hearing on ordinance number 20-13. That is an ordinance of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Glassboro vacating Roosevelt Lane, situated between Block 151, Lot 1, and Block 152, Lot 1, in the Borough of Glassboro. And this is for part of the proposed Housing Authority project. The council moves for the public portion.
Move the public portion be open.
Second.
I have a motion by Council President Costabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. The floor is now open for anyone from the public who wishes to address this proposed ordinance.
Hearing none, I move the public portion be closed. The ordinance adopted as written.
Second.
I have a motion by Council President Costabone, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Costabone.
Yes.
Mr. D'Alessandro.
4.
Mr. Fiola.
4.
Ms. Miller.
4.
Mrs. Spence.
4.
That motion carries. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of May 12, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilwoman Spence, second by Councilman Fiola. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. Karen, do we have any communications?
Yes, Mayor, we do. I have one communication. It's a letter of resignation from Frank Costabone, who is a member of the Glassboro Water and Sewer Department.
Nobody's going to accept that.
Someone's going to have to. I'll make that motion.
Second.
All right, I have a motion on the floor by Councilman D'Alessandro, seconded by Councilman Fiola. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm assuming I have to abstain.
I will, there is 4. I have no oppositions. I have 1 abstention. That's noted. That motion carries. No more communications. So committee reports. We'll start with Council President Costabone.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman D'Alessandro.
Mayor, nothing at this time.
Thank you, sir. Councilman Fiola.
Yes, Mayor. Very briefly, I know that the scope of this meeting is limited. I'd just like to acknowledge that I have been receiving financial reports from CFO Karen Passione and from Alexis Barton for reconciled cash balances. Did I say weekly, monthly reports, bank balance reports, current budget, and revenue reports? That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Councilwoman Miller. Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Spence.
I have nothing at this time, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Okay. We have no unfinished business. Karen, do we have any new business?
Yes, Mayor. The first item under new business is a motion. We are looking for a motion to authorize purchase of 4 police vehicles through Sourcewell Co-op.
Motion to approve.
Okay,
Second.
I have a motion on the floor from Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Miller. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries.
Mayor, can I ask the question?
Yes.
This is to our business administrator, Mr. Melandro. Isn't it my understanding that these 4 are from the 2019 budget that were delayed? Is that correct?
You're absolutely correct, Councilman. We still did not receive them from 2019. As I've mentioned to all of you guys, we're trying to be very stringent on any expenditures, not knowing what our position is going to be. But yes, these were from 2019. We found another source to get these a little less expensive in 2020, and more important, well, just as important, delivery time is supposed to be considerably less, as obviously we ordered these in 2019 and still have not received them.
Correct. Now, we also, I guess for the new budget, but it's on hold, have extra vehicles to be ordered. Is that correct?
That's also correct, but to the point that I made, Councilman, we are putting a lot of purchases on hold until we better understand our financial position.
Yeah, I just wanted the other council people to understand what's going on. Thank you.
And I want to applaud the police who have worked hand in hand with us to make the best of a difficult situation to do this.
Thank you, Ed.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Melandro. Good explanation. Anything else, Karen?
Yes, Mayor. We are also looking for a motion to authorize the purchase of 1 18-wheel truck for Glassboro Water and Sewer Department, also through Sourcewell Co-op.
I think Anna was going to approve that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't hear Anna.
No, I can't hear Anna either.
I'll break in real quick. I'm working with Anna right now. Something's wrong with the microphone on her laptop, so she's calling in.
Okay.
So she'll be on very shortly.
Okay. If she's making that motion.
Maybe Ms. Miller, just a suggestion, could give a thumbs up if she wants to make that motion, since we can see her.
If she could hear us.
Yeah.
Somebody else on the committee?
Yeah, maybe someone else could.
Well, I can do it from finance if I would certainly defer to Anna, but if she can't give a signal or something, I'll make the motion if she can't do it.
She isn't. She's at.
I'm back.
There you go.
Excellent.
All right. I'd like to make it.
Councilwoman Miller, Karen Cosgrove read the proposed motion to authorize the purchase of 1 18-wheel truck for the Glassboro Water and Sewer Department through the Sourcewell Co-op.
Okay, motion to approve.
Okay, so you'll make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Very nice. So I have a motion by Councilwoman Miller, seconded by Councilman Fiola. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. Thank you very much. At this time, I ask for a engineer's report, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just real briefly, our report will be on record with the clerk's office. And Camelot, they have about a dozen trees left to plant. They're finalizing this week the punch list to begin to get ready for the paving thereafter. On those, Redmond Avenue, they will be gearing up to start that work starting next Monday to get that going. And the bids for Holly Bush Phase 1 will be received on June 12th. So we'll be able to present the findings or results of those at your June 23rd meeting for that. Collegetown Shopping Center is moving ahead. They're pouring a lot of the new curbed islands and sidewalk area out in front of the new grocery store and that whole corridor.
Thank you, Mark. At this time, I will turn the meeting. Does anyone have any questions for our engineer?
I do. Mark, the bowling alley, the Naplat parking lot, are you privy to what exactly is going on there with that? Are they going to be?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just wondering, is it going to be like, is that the way it's going to look, like that high up off the ground?
No, they have plans in front of the Glassboro zoning board that they've been going through with that to try and create another strip center, a commercial area in there also for that. So the plans are on record over at the code office with Terry. So if you want to take a look at those on that, they still have some other outside approvals to go there. They were trying to do that, but I don't believe the final grading is going to be that. My staff, Steve Cosmo, handles the zoning board, so he'd be more familiar with grades, but I can get that information to you just so you're aware.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? All right, thank you again, Mark. And at this time, I'll turn the meeting again over to our borough solicitor.
Thank you, Mayor. We have under our consent agenda, Resolution 136, authorizing tax collector to process estimated tax bills for third quarter tax bills in the Borough of Glassboro. Resolution 137, authorizing change order number 2 for the Redmond Avenue Drainage Project in the Borough of Glassboro. Contractor South State, Inc. decreased contract amount by $3,518.60. And Resolution 138, authorizing submittal of community development block grant application for funding to the County of Gloucester by the Borough of Glassboro for proposed reconstruction of Stanger Avenue. There are the 3 resolutions this evening on our consent agenda for the reasons noted. If council so moves for approval, roll call vote.
Move to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion made by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilman D'Alessandro. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone,
Yes.
Mr. D'Alessandro,
4.
Mr. Fiola,
4.
Ms. Miller,
4.
Mrs. Spence.
4.
That motion carries.
Next, Mayor, we have a ordinance this evening on first reading by title only. That is ordinance number 20-15 and ordinance amending chapter 27, Court Municipal, section 5, amendments for fines payable to the code of the Borough of Glassboro. This ordinance being introduced to adjust the fees made recently by the state of New Jersey court system to be in compliance with same. Council so moves for introduction.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Fiola, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. Karen, roll call, please.
Mr. Casabone,
Yes.
Mr. D'Alessandro,
4.
Mr. Fiola,
4.
Ms. Miller,
4.
Mrs. Spence.
4.
That motion carries. At this time, are any comments from our borough administrator?
The only thing I'd like to say, Mayor, is I want to wish Frank Cosbone good luck. It's a huge loss to the borough, and it'll be someone else's gain. The other thing is, trying to get back to somewhat of normalcy, and you all know this because you all have worked on this. assuming no other executive orders come down from the governor, we are looking to reopen Borough Hall on June 8th. Will be on an interim basis. Monday to Wednesdays will be 4 hours. Thursday and Friday will be 4 hours. The hours will be alternated so that we give everybody the opportunity. Our buildings and grounds people have been working in Borough Hall, putting up plexiglass, putting the feet on the ground so people know how far to stay apart. And our plan is, as you all know, again, June 8th, we wanted to make sure no spikes after Memorial Day. Let's see how the next 2 weeks go. And then hopefully June 8th will be our first step back to some sense of normalcy in the borough. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much. I'll hold my comments to the end, and at this time, I'll entertain a motion to open the public portion.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Fiola, seconded by Councilwoman Spence. All those in favor state aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. Let me read my brief statement, and then I will open the meeting up. We will now move to open the meeting to the public for public comment. Please be advised that immediately following the motion, all lines will be administratively unmuted, and a member of our staff who has joined the meeting via the public access telephone number will provide audible confirmation that the public lines are open. If you wish to provide comment, please render your intent by stating your name and place of residence, and then confirm that mayor and council are able to hear you clearly before proceeding. If you are unable to be heard, please ensure that your phone is not physically muted. You may also control whether your phone is muted or unmuted by the teleconference system by dialing *6 on your telephone keypad. Again, that's *6 to mute or unmute your line via teleconference system. Our meeting organizer has now unmuted all lines within the teleconferencing system. I will now ask our staff member who has called in via the public access telephone number to please confirm you are able to hear us and that we are able to hear you.
Hello, Mayor Wallace. This is John Gorski. I'm able to hear you clearly. Are you able to hear me?
Good evening, John. Yes, I can hear you clearly and you can hear me. Thank you. Having received confirmation that the lines are open and able to be heard, we now await comment from anyone who wishes to speak. If no comment is heard after a full 15 seconds has passed, we will move to close the public portion. If anyone from the public wishes to address mayor and council, please speak at this time.
Well, it's more than 15 seconds. I'll make the motion to close the public portion.
I'll second it. I didn't make the motion because I do it too fast. Second.
I have a motion by Councilman Fiola, seconded by Council President Casabone. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I
Abstentions?
counted to 23, by the way.
Thank you, Councilman. Appreciate that. That motion carries. The public portion is now closed. At this time, I will entertain a motion to approve all duly authorized bills.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
All right, I have a motion made by Councilman Fiola, seconded by Council President Casabone. All those in favor state aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? That motion carries. My comments are I am saddened. At the resignation letter by Frank Casabone. However, I am excited at the opportunity that he has been presented in his new endeavor. I wish him all the best. And I have spoken to him and have allowed him to know that he always has a home here with us. Following that, I would just like to say that as our borough administrator had led to it, that we are ready to start to open up on June 8th. We're very excited about this, but we're also very cautious. I just caution everyone to please remain diligent with your social distancing and mask wearing. Common sense is key. We've done a really great job across the board so far. So let's keep up the good work as we slowly start to open up our borough. Thank you. And with that, I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion to adjourn this meeting.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion made by Council President Casabone, seconded by Councilwoman Miller. All those in favor state aye.
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 Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. This meeting is now adjourned. Have a great evening, everyone. Please continue to be safe. And our next regular meeting will be scheduled on June 23rd, 2020, tentatively at 8 p.m. Everybody be safe.
Yeah, be safe, everybody, and thank you for those kind words about my son. I appreciate it.
We meant every one of them.
You know what they say, like father, like son.